Welcome back, guys. This is the most exciting game of the entire evening, and I just like chugged an entire thing of Hot 6 just so I have enough energy to keep it up. I actually don't think I'll need it.
This is going to be exciting, Susie.
I know. We have Elon Gaming versus Caren Tigers. This is number 1 versus number 2. This is the best 2 teams in Asia.
And almost 100% whoever wins this will actually take first place in our current rankings, because we're still in our round-robin stage. We're in our second stage of it. And I think this could actually be the best of 8 of this entire tournament so far, because we saw them play against each other before. It was very close. I think it was 5-3. And then we've now seen that both Elon and Caren Tigers has improved, but I feel like Caren Tigers have really closed the gap on Elon. And I feel like a lot of people watching are actually not sure if Elon is really on top right now in Asia. People are saying, you know, Caren Tigers looking better and better. They've improved a lot. They're playing basically perfectly every game. Which one is better? Because Caren Tigers was like always getting close to passing Elon this entire tournament, and now is their chance to actually take that first place spot. If they win this, they will secure it today. You know, they will actually have that lead. So that's really, really important going into seeding and everything else. So can they actually do this? Can they win this? It's going to be so close. I feel like this could be an incredible series.
This is so sick, really. Like, if you think about it, this could well be a preview of the playoff matches, basically.
Exactly.
Because, again, best 2 teams in Asia. Elong having proven themselves not only in Asia, but like number 2 in the world. They made it to the grand finals last year, you know?
Yeah.
And here they are, and they're going to duke it out, and Caren Tigers have been looking super, super good. Again, the only way that the 2 of them can both have first place is if they go to a tiebreaker and Caren Tigers wins. Then they get the 2 points, Elon gets the 1 point, and they have 34. Exactly 34 points. But this is going to be quite a match. We're going to have to see how set 1 pans out, because I think that will kind of set the tone of how things will go. And the first map that we're on is Mines, which is also exciting because it's a super technical map, and there's so many different strategies that we can see on there. And it looks like the game is ready, so we're going to go straight into set number 1. All right, guys, set number 1, the match of the evening, EL Gaming versus Caren Tiger, and Caren Tiger is going to be on the defense first.
All right, let's talk about these tank lists as soon as possible. All right, first things first, Opolis is on the Burt, as expected. They're running a T49 as well, 2 T54s and 3 IS3s, so a very, very turtly defensive lineup here for Caren Tiger. We're actually rushing towards that middle island here. Shinoza already exposed. It's a brawl to start things off.
Oh, gosh, it's a drive-by shooting. Newman takes a ton of damage already.
And Caren Tiger does get a good position here, actually the favorable position. 2 T32s on Elong. That's the most important thing to note, because this game is starting off with a bang. I don't even have time to describe all the tanks. You guys can see them for yourselves on screen. Opolis is going to start taking some shots here. He's already done 30 damage.
On that Burt, and you know how good he is already. He's just taking shots. These T32s are taking quite some damage just at the mouth of the mines here.
Yeah. I mean, he already took so much of Nice's hit points out. He's got another shot ready as soon as he fires it. Okay, looks like he hit Nice again. 6 seconds to go before his next one is up. Poly getting some good shots here as well. It's an IS3 battle. Modami, though, coming in for the support. And don't forget, Fox is just on the edge there of that rock.
Do you guys see this? You know, no matter how close they are, though, neither... Oh, wow, let's hold that thought. Yes, yeah. Opolis gets down. But right here at the mouth of the mines, I think it's really interesting that neither team has really rushed into one another just yet. They're just wiggling about and taking the best shots possible without actually ramming into one another.
It's really cool that Reflection was able to kill Opolis. That actually might be the game-winning move, because this is going to give Caren Tiger quite an advantage, because now their T37 can actually roam around the map and do damage rather than just hunting down Opolis. It gives them a bit of extra firepower potential. Poly does go down here, and now Reflection, rather than actually rejoining, is just looking for a shot, looking for that support fire. Right now, don't forget, Elong is on the attack, so they will have to force something to happen eventually, but they do have a massive advantage.
Oh, actually, I didn't realize that Huami's on the T49, the tank destroyer. That's really interesting.
Yeah, pretty unique here, and he's trying to use it to get a good shot on one of these T32s, I think, but the T54s are blocking him quite well. Renault losing some of his support there. Actually,
this is the most organized brawl I think I've ever seen in any of the games that we've casted. Newman does go down. Huami is able to destroy him with that tank destroyer.
Renault, again, I said out of position, and it's going to start costing him because Reflection is coming with that T37. It fires so quickly, getting so much damage out, and Reflection is in such a safe place here.
Yes, he is an EL, again, with the superior positioning. Caren Tigers, however, are definitely holding their own quite a bit. I'm really surprised that all the fighting has happened right here in the middle, right on the mine island.
I want to point out Reflection has now fired 20 times and has hit 19 of 20 shots.
Oh my gosh.
He has missed 1 of 20 shots. Incredible accuracy. Hawami's going to go down here for try to get the kill on Spring. Well, Spring could actually kill him with a ram. Looks like that just happened.
I think he will, yep. And Hawami is down. It looks like EL Gaming will go ahead and take game number 1. That was really interesting.
That was fun.
It was definitely an all-out brawl, but a very organized brawl.
It's not usually how this map plays out. Usually
No.
the map plays out much more technical, very position-oriented. You know, the T-54 is always roaming around the water side, trying to get position on the tanks that are trying to control the island, whereas that was just kind of an IS-3 game of chicken with Opolis to support, and that was giving Caren Tigers the advantage initially, but the T-37 came, Reflection came, and killed Opolis over there, and that actually gave them a little bit of a head start into that game. Then they started taking better trades with the IS-3s, and eventually wore them down because that T-37 was able to come back. You know, it's essentially an autoloader. It fires so quickly. Its reload time is like less than 2 seconds.
Yeah,
so it's constantly doing damage.
Really fast.
Like I said, 20 shots when I was counting at that moment because I saw the stats we had was like 16 shots, 15 hit. Then I just counted, and it was 19 out of 20. It's just constantly, always doing that extra damage.
Again, I mean, as you guys know, Elong being an amazing team, both of them, their accuracy levels are just superior to just about all the other teams that we've been watching so far, and they were able to show us that, like you said, 20 shots and 19 hits. That's like a ridiculous percentage.
I think this is going to be kind of the way these games go. Not necessarily the aggression part, but base capture is just not even a factor. It's all about positioning, control, accuracy. We're never going to see like a super technical rush, especially because the maps are Mines and Lakeville. So I don't think we're going to see like, you know, Ghost Town-esque or Himmelsdorf-esque rushes to the capture.
I want to see Lakeville. I really hope it goes even so we can see as maximum games on Lakeville. I
think there's a high chance, Susie, to be totally honest with you, this goes like all the way.
Yeah.
Potentially even to that tiebreaker we were talking about. So on the attack again, we're going to be seeing Elong. I don't feel like we're going to see many tank switches, if any at all. Opolis, I think, is the only tank switch where I'm looking at this and I go, do they want to use him again? If they use him, do they send someone to guard him, to protect him? Instead of sending one of their T-54s to scout a little bit more, do they actually have a T-54 block against a T-37? Things like that. I
actually think Caren Tigers is going to get rid of that tank destroyer. I don't think that did as much damage as it needed to do. And, but yeah, it looks like game is ready. We're going to go right into set number 2. Set number 2, Elong Gaming versus Caren Tiger, and Elong has taken that first set. Let's look at the tank list. Oh, actually, Caren Tiger has the Burt now.
Yep. Just going to be basically the same sort of lineups here for these two teams. And
Opolis on the Burt. They kept the T-49.
They kept the T-49. But now I'm kind of with you on that. That seems to be one of the tanks that's, at least in that last game, did not work out well for them. This is a new day, a new game here, though. And they're actually just rushing down towards the middle again. This is going to be crazy!
Oh, gosh, and automatically Newman goes down. I liked how Caren Tigers, obviously they were like, we're going to focus on one guy, pick out Newman, we're going to kill him. This is nuts. They're just really going for it.
This is a better start for Elong for sure, position-wise. The Caren Tigers did not expect them to actually go this hard. Spring will get in here. Reflection goes down, but Spring will probably take Modame for it. Fox on the support here on Hawami. The T-49 misses, actually. Now these two T-32s are here to do some sick extra damage. Elong with a massive lead here already.
Yep, Pitsit is just kind of literally stuck right in the middle. He's going to have to go down. The T-49 doesn't do much damage, goes down. Tank Destroyer is the one who gets destroyed. Modame goes down. One by one, members are going down. It is a 4v3, however.
Yeah. This is possible, you know, for Caren Tiger to win, but I just don't see them pulling it out. The positioning here is too bad for them, and they're, you know, like you said, it's a 4v3. And Opolis is not part of this fight. Well, he is now. He's actually like going to try to get right into the middle of things here, but I think they already know this one is over. They're up against Elong here, and Elong, when they get an advantage, they do not give it up. They're going to take a 2-0 lead here.
So convincingly, too. Wow. I mean, again, that massive brawl at the mine entry. They just kind of went for it. I don't think Caren Tigers expected that twice in a row.
Exactly.
And they were able to really capitalize on that shock factor, basically.
Yeah.
Elong, man.
I think this is a counter to 2 tanks. It's a counter to Opolis, and it's a counter to that T-49, that tank destroyer, because if they rush this, those 2 tanks lose their value so much, because the T-49 has to get a very specific hit to do its maximum damage. Opolis has to hit slowly in a slower sort of fight, like we saw in the first game, like a gentleman's brawl, if you will. That's when Opolis gets his strength. That's why they immediately dealt with him with a T-37. This way, they don't deal with either of those 2 tanks. It's almost like starting things out. It's a 7v5. They got the better position because they were so almost YOLO, like we're going all the way in. We're not having any hesitation. We already decided.
Drake would have been so proud.
You would have been so proud. You know, that was a very, very, very aggressive move.
And it was very convincing. Even though it was aggressive, it was well calculated. And you can just see it in the way that they're playing. Their accuracy is just ridiculous.
And Elong, when they play so many different types of styles.
Yeah.
If you look at Run, for example, they would have done something like this and maybe made it work, but their accuracy is not good enough.
Yeah.
Look at Elong, you're like, well, they can play the slow, accurate game. They can play the standoff game. They can play the rush the capture point game. They can play the aggressive, let's charge in game because they have a Burt and they've got a tank destroyer.
Yeah.
They know how to deal with every type of composition, and there's never any hesitation ever. That's actually what I'd say. 2 things I'd say about Elong as a team. Basically, insane safety. Like, they never do anything they're not sure about. And that's the other thing, is they're always sure about everything they do. Like, there's never any hesitation. No hesitation whatsoever in their plays.
Yeah? Oh, okay. So, you've basically summed it all up. Now they're going to swap sides, and we're going to see Caren Tigers on the attack and see if they do a similar all-in YOLO play. YOLO is the word of the night. We're going to go into the next game. Okay, we are on mines, guys. Set number 3. They have switched sides. Elong up 2 games and now on the defense.
All right. Opolis is still on the Burt, even on the attack here. They're running the same lineup, actually. Well, they're running a T-32 again. So, yeah. Okay, so a bit more of a defensive lineup. Whereas Elong is running a 1390.
Yeah.
I really like when teams run 1390 on this map. I feel like its potential is like completely untapped. Like, we very rarely see teams use it. We've seen Elong use it. We've seen TCSG use it. It's a tank that can do a lot of autoloader damage very quickly outside of the fight. And sometimes in these fights, you get one tank that's on the outside doing that damage. It's faster than a 5100, so it's a better middle ground for autoloaders. Caren Tiger taking quite a bit of damage here as this game starts, though. Elong, again, just aggressively moving into a better position.
This little area, man, this is like all where the battles are. We could see that Caren Tigers are really trying to focus fire and get rid of tanks one by one, but they're getting outmaneuvered here. Look at the way that Elong is wiggling.
Yeah.
Renault goes down right away. Looks like Pitsit is going to take a lot of damage as well.
Elong's movements are just better. When they trade tanks, notice they trade like 1 for 1.5.
Yeah.
And eventually, after you do that enough times, you just end up getting a tank advantage.
Oh, Opolis, that 1390 gets rid of him. It almost looks like they know exactly how to counter Caren Tigers. They know that Opolis is a big threat. He's amazing on the Burt, but they don't want him to be a factor. They're going to go ahead and try to get rid of him as soon as possible. Mudame is like, no, Fox, come back, you foxy thing. They're just
basically so careful. Look at this. Fox is like, I'm out of here. Peace, bro.
And they're both the same tank.
And Mudame knew that he was on that retreat path. Look at the comms here for Caren Tiger. Like, he's going down the slide, pick him off. Mudame's able to pick him off. Great play there. We now double the hit points, double the tanks, 4-2. Kawami on the tank destroyer again, not pulling his weight.
Not pulling his weight at all.
I think you're right, Susie. I think it's time to switch this tank out.
They need to get rid of that, because if it does damage, it does a crap ton of damage. And
yeah, look at that. Look at that damage there. But it's like, it's not doing it enough.
No, it's not, because he's being focused as well. Elong knows how these tanks work. Obviously, they want to get rid of the ones that are going to do the most amount of damage, but the T-49 is just not fast enough to get away from the T-54s, and Modame being focused, man, even through the building here. Even Reflection is taking shots at him, and Juan Ren finally finishes the job. EL Gaming takes another convincing win.
I'm actually starting to get stressed for Caren Tiger. You know, I thought they'd be putting up much a better fight.
I thought so, too.
I think part of this is actually their stubbornness on their tank picks. I think it's actually, I'd rather see Obelisk on a 12-ton or more likely a T-37.
A T-37, I think, or even an AMX 1390.
Yeah, just get them off of that. Okay, get the tank destroyer gone. I'd rather see an IS-3 or a 5100 than a tank destroyer for how little impact that tank has had in these games. And if they continue to be stubborn, I mean, notice how both these teams, even on the attack and the defense, basically have the same tank lineups. It's like they've decided that this map is basically about the middle, and they're kind of equidistant for that. There are different approaches, yes, but this map is about the middle. So Elong is like, well, I'm glad you're bringing this tank destroyer, which needs to do safe damage from distance. Tank destroyers are great on Himmelsdorf, for example, even decent on Ruinberg, right? But on this map, it's like, nope, this is not a good place to see tank destroyers. It's a cool pick. Maybe they're finding success with it in-house in their practices. But I think Elong is like, all right, so you've got two tanks that are non-factors. If we just rush the middle, and you're rushing the middle, we're going to win every time. We've got good accuracy. You're never going to outplay us there.
Yeah, the T-49 just has really crappy accuracy, too. I mean, again, if it hits, huge damage.
Yeah, like 600 damage plus sometimes.
Yeah, but, I mean, you've got to hit, number one. And if you die, you're not really doing anything.
And if you miss, then everyone just ignores and nobody cares, right? So it's just it's not working out for them. It's not a bad pick. It's a non-standard pick. And I never blame Caren Tiger for non-standard picks. They're the kings of that. But it's just not working out. I think it's time to swap it.
I think so, too. Let's see if they do swap it. I think the game is going to get started soon. We're going to go into set number 4. This is going to be the last game on Mines, and let's see how it goes. All right, guys, Elong is up 3-0, and, man, they're making it look super easy.
4 IS-3s this time for Elongs. They're actually switching it up. And, Opolis on the T-37.
Oh, but they still kept the T-49.
Well, at least with Opolis on the T-37, they can support the T-49 a little bit better.
Yeah. All right, Hawami, come on, man. We know you're better than this.
Okay,
I want a series, Wolf.
Me too. It's honestly, Lakeville is so volatile that, like, if Elong takes a 4-0 here, I think it could not go all the way. It'll make me really sad. Okay,
both Shinoza and Fox taking a bit of damage. They're pretty much equal at this point.
Okay, 4 IS-3s here for Elong. They're just going to try to bulldoze their way through here. Polly, focus. Look at the focus fire. Immediately switch to the right. Who's over there? It's Shinoza who takes the first damage. Pits it. Does get a nice shot here on Black. And actually, Caren Tiger takes a slight hit point lead. Go pit sit, taking some serious damage here, turns things around.
Shinoza and Mudame, Hawami, all three of them, they do want to come out and join this fight, but it's really dangerous. Nice does take some damage here, but pit sit goes down, and already Caren Tiger is down one man. Renault. All right, guys, here we go. This is where they're going to come down. Hawami needs to take some good shots on this T-49.
Again, he missed. Shinoza doing some damage from the side. Spring, though, again, on that 1390. Looking to get some damage from the behind on that T-32. Exactly what he needs to do. If he gets Renault here, that would be huge. Look at his accuracy. Not missing a shot.
Not missing a single shot. Opalisk on the T-37 actually going to join his friends this time around. Again, Hawami.
1,000 damage on Hawami, though.
Oh, man.
There's that hit he was looking for. But he does go down.
Yeah, but he does go down. He was down to a sliver of HP.
Oh my god, this is still winnable. This is still winnable for Caren Tigers, actually. It's going to be tough, but it is doable. Polly goes down, though. Opolis needs to be in perfect position.
Yep, and Reflection using the shell of his fallen mate to try to provide cover. If Opolis can take down Reflection... Oh, okay,
that was really close, actually. That was really, really close. Newman was actually the savior because he was like, no matter what happens, I can actually put myself in a risky place because I'm an IS-3.
Yeah. Get rid of the T-49.
It did 1,000 damage on that one shot. It did secure a kill, but it basically did nothing else.
Yeah.
You could see it just kind of running around like, hey, please notice me. Like, we saw it driving through the entire battlefield.
He sure did get noticed because he was shot at and definitely was noticed. But no, I just feel like they need to do some...
Well, I mean, we're switching off of this map, so I mean...
Yeah.
I completely agree with you. I think Hawami would have been better suited on maybe a 1390 or even another IS-3. Or a T-32 even, to be totally frank. I think that would have been okay.
Anything but the T-49. All right, so the next map we are going on to is Lakeville. Lakeville is one of our favorites.
Yeah.
Here you guys can see why. Look how beautiful it is. But not only is it beautiful, there are just so many different ideas that can go into strategy here.
Yeah.
And you guys can see, here's the city. area, the little town that you can contest here. Then there's the valley. This is underneath the valley in the mountainside. And then there's that lake in the middle. So you have two different ways that you can go into the city side or the valley side, right?
Yeah, we saw those 3 circles at the beginning showing the 3 main points of contention: the city, the pass, and the valley. Let's take a look at those again. On the very far left side, you can see the mountain valley that's in between those 2 mountains. It takes a long time to get there, but it's a relatively strong approach site for the left base capture. If you go through the valley, you're looking for support fire. No teams ever go through the valley in order to approach the capture sites because it's just way too vulnerable. It's vulnerable across the lake. It's vulnerable from the center. There's a few trees, but not a lot of cover. And then, of course, there's the city, which some teams will actually try to take control of the city in order to push the base capture. That was how teams were playing this map in the beginning of the season, but it's now sort of moved towards this kind of split push, half the tanks in the city, half the tanks moving through those passes.
Yeah, and I think it's interesting because, you know, if you're kind of caught out in that valley area, left all the way west of the mountains, sometimes it's really hard to get out, you know, like you really have nowhere to run if you think about it. But we have been seeing more and more teams take that position, and so most of the time the defensive team will go all along the south, make sure that both bases are covered. But yeah, we'll have to see how the attacking team wants to do this.
Now, Elong, we've seen them do a lot of split pushing on this map where they send one T-54 with their Tier 6. And sometimes that's a 12-ton, sometimes it's a T-37. We've seen them use both. You know, interchangeably, it's really just a stylistic choice. Run those through and then actually push with their AMXs through the city and try to kind of sandwich those tanks in the defending point on the attacking side.
Okay, guys, this is it. I really hope Caren Tigers wins this because I want to see more games on Lakeville. But it looks like the game is ready. We're going to go into set number 5. Welcome to Lakeville, everyone. EL Gaming versus Caren Tigers. This is set number 5. EL has taken 4 games to Caren Tigers 0 and really showing us that they mean business.
Okay, Polly's on the 5100, 3 IS-3s, a 1390, that's Hawami, and Opolis on the 5916. Caren Tiger on the attack, Elong on the defense. Elong running 2 1390s, oh, so good. 2 1390s and a 5100. Don't know about that one, but the 1390s, I like them a lot. 12-ton. 2 T-32s and IS-3s, and T-32s are going to be the ones that get close up and personal to try to defend that location to the south. Whereas for Caren Tiger right now, they've actually decided to go city route. That's why they bring all these IS-3s with these 5100s, the 1390. Okay, this is a good strategy, but Elong is actually setting up a very complicated defense. They're going to give up the city, but they're going to be waiting with a trap on the outside.
Yes, and you can see here, again, all spread out on the southern side of the map. They've got autoloaders all around base capture number 1, and it looks like they have a 12-ton, another autoloader over by base capture number 2. Now it's up to Caren Tiger on how they want to play this out. Remember, if they lose this, that's game. This is the series.
Yeah. That'd be a lot of pressure on them. They have to win 4
games.
Oh,
gosh, Reflection. Be careful, man. Though I guess I'm kind of cheering for Caren Tiger, so no, don't be careful. Die.
Well, it would be a nice pick off there for Caren Tiger to get Reflection this early. One of their best players, actually. Even though he's always on Tier 6, he seems to make a huge impact.
Oh, absolutely. That's probably why they put him on Tier 6, right?
Yeah, it's like the best player has to be on Tier 6. Polly is taking a ton of damage, though.
Yes, he is.
This really hurts.
And again,
oh, Spring! Spring's waiting back there. Are they going to take him out, or is he going to take out Polly? Polly gets so low.
So low, but Spring does go down. Polly goes down with him as well, but at least that is a 1-for-1 trade. And oh, let's make that 2. Shinoza is able to take out Reflection, and Caren Tigers has a slight advantage right now.
It was a really sneaky move, actually, to use that 1390 like that.
Okay,
it might have actually cost too long.
Opolis is going down the pathway right now on the 5916, sorry. That's a Chinese Tier 6 light. It's a 5-round autoloader as well. There he is. He's going to go down the pathway in between the lake and the mountains, see what he can find, basically, see where all the other tanks are over on the mountainside.
Yep. Very aggressive move here by Opolis, but I do like it. Fox is in such a perfect position. Now, Caren Tiger's main issue here is not their tanks. They've got a tank lead, they have a good position, but they need to start moving forward with it. They need to actually start closing on these gaps. Identifying where Fox is one of the bigger issues right now because they know there's a 5100 out there. They know where the 1390 is. They know how to respond to that, but the 5100, they're like, where is that? How do we deal with that? We need to make sure we can take that tank out. We don't want it to do that surprise damage. And you know, they have 3 IS-3s, so it's going to be very difficult to actually push into that capture point with because they're so slow.
Okay.
Ooh, look at this. Black is coming for Obelisk.
He sure is, and I think Obelisk...
He knows
there's something there. Yeah, he knows there's something there. He's going to try and go back, and it is the auto... Oh, gosh, they're going to have to fight it out, but
Obelisk will never win this fight.
Yep, never.
There's no room to outmaneuver here in this pass.
Wow, and Black took no damage at all. Obelisk is now a non-factor in this game.
Base capture is ongoing, so Elon will need to respond to this, but they're in a decent position to actually stop this from happening.
We've got the 3 IS-3s here trying to give cover fire as the base capture is going. Base capture has stopped now. It's reset. Ooh, Guanren taking some critical hits. He goes down, and now... Oh my gosh, there's only 4 members left of EL. I think Caren Tiger, if they play this right and smart, very patiently, they might be able to do this.
Yeah,
Newman taking some damage too. Madame still at full health.
Definitely some indecision here with Caren Tigers of what they want to do with Hawami and Shinoza, because they're over here in this threatening this base capture, but if they actually pushed forward, they could actually probably win by elimination.
Oh, and Shinoza. Oh.
See, it's this indecision that's actually going to cost them. Now Hawami's out of rounds, and that's going to hurt their pushing power. 2 minutes and 50 seconds left to go here. Newman and Nice in a really good spot. They know that if they can actually just turtle this out, there's no base capture currently going on. Fox almost reloaded. As soon as he is, he's going to actually be able to give so much support fire. Kiwami needs to be the playmaker here. He's the autoloader, and he's the one who needs to actually take out some of these very, you know, like these basically glass cannon tanks. Like, he needs to take out Black, he needs to take out Fox. It's up to him.
Okay.
Ooh, this is a good move here.
Oh gosh, yeah, they're going to just come up and see if they can get rid of these heavy tanks here. Newman just take some damage.
Where's Fox? Fox
there
he is.
All the way up there.
He needs to be firing right now. He needs to be giving that support.
Well, there he is. He's firing. I was going to say, I think it's really smart that Fox never moved from his position.
Yeah.
And he just stayed there because he's not in any threat. Yeah, he's just going to go ahead and pick off members of the Caren Tigers. He's not a threat. And even when he has no rounds, just sitting there by himself, he can just like reload and like read a book.
He just won the game for them. He waited till the last second. I don't think Caren Tigers can do this anymore.
No,
They've got 1 minute and 50 seconds left. Fox is so carefully positioned now.
Fox, that was perfect play by Fox. And one by one, Hawami is the last man standing.
Like I said, he's got to be the playmaker.
No, there's no way he's going to do this. And Nice is going to finish it. Oh!
Nice goes down.
Hawami.
But the problem is, 34 seconds of this clock will be eaten by his reload time alone if they don't kill him before that happens.
Well, you know, okay, so Newman is down to 246, right? Which means he could at least get rid of him. Then it's a 5100 versus a 1390 battle.
The 1390 can win that fight, but with 2 tanks here, Elon is never going to give them that chance. They're just going to play safely. Fox and Newman are going to be on the buddy system. Let's find this guy. Let's eliminate him. That's all we have to do. Let's take our time. In 63 seconds, this game will end.
Yep, and again, Fox just playing it very safe from afar the entire game. He just had good positioning. Again, yeah, he just takes shots and runs off.
Well, Wami does have vision now of Newman. Will he take the shot? Every shot counts. Newman hits him, and he misses.
He misses. Those rocks definitely got in the way. He takes another shot at Newman. This brings him down pretty low, though. Fox is going to just try to finish this off.
He could actually win this still.
No.
He missed. Now Fox hits this. He hits it. Now Fox blocks for Newman. Perfect position. He does get 1 kill, but Fox will finish it off, and that will be Elon winning the series 5-0. What a close finish there in our final game, though. Wow.
Wow. Elon just, you know what? It leads me to believe that when Elon is playing all the other teams, maybe they're just like joking around, because that was amazing. That was absolutely amazing. They just brought their A game and they said, no, we can't let Caren Tigers take our first place spot. Yeah. Absolutely not. We're just going to make this easy.
I just came to the realization, by the way, Susie, that like in this series, like I know both teams' players so well that I was not describing them by their tanks or by their names. Like they all do their positions so well. They all have so much character. They're all so good at what they do. That was an incredible series. Even though it was a 5-0, it was exciting. I didn't expect this to be a 5-0. I mean, Team Efficiency took 2 wins in the previous series.
I know.
And Elon takes a 5-0, asserting their dominance here. And now they're actually going to be at 36 points to the 33 of, no, 37 to
33 plus 3.
Yeah, 36 to 32.
32, yes.
That's it.
Okay. We can do math, guys.
They assert their dominance, so they're in first place now. Really well played.
Really, really well. But like I said, I think they just turned on the heat and they said, you know what? I know Caren Tigers is number 2, but we are absolutely number 1. We are going to show you guys that we are absolutely number 1. So, oh, what an exciting series that was. We are going to take another 10-minute break and then come back and have Run versus Immortals for you. So, yeah, don't go anywhere. Get some water, go to the bathroom, and we will see you very shortly.